Hey everybody, Adam Davidson, RadCast. We're in Exodus chapter 32 on this fine day. It starts like this. When the people saw that Moses was so long in coming down from the mountain, they gathered around Aaron and said, "Come, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him." So here's the thing. Moses is the leader of the people of God. God has gotten his people out of bondage and into the promised land, and they're just wandering around. And now there's this huge sort of cosmic meeting going on between God and Moses up on this mountain. There's thunderbolts and lightning, very frightening. The people are keeping their distance from the mountain, and everybody's waiting for him to come back down. And it's taking longer and longer for Moses to come down, and so they start to get anxious. And in their anxiety, they say to Aaron, Moses' lieutenant, they say, "We need to figure out our whole religious thing right now, because whatever Moses is doing, it's not working because he's not coming back. So let's make our own gods so that we have some sort of sense of being grounded." What Aaron should have said was, "That's ridiculous. This is the God that got us out of bondage into the promised land." But instead, Aaron is like, "Sounds great. Bring me all of your gold earrings." And so that's exactly what happens. Aaron says, "All right, everybody, bring me all your bling. Let's melt it down, and then let's make them into idols the shape of cows. And then, hey, everybody, these are your gods. So go ahead and worship them. Let's have a feast, a celebration, a festival, and then let's really have a good time because we finally have our gods back." Isn't that so fascinating? You know, we look at the people of antiquity and the people of the ancient days, and we think, oh, those people were so out of their minds, making a golden calf, so ridiculous. Then again, maybe not so much. If you've been following Jesus for any amount of time, you know what it's like when you feel like you're out on the limb by yourself, out on the ledge, and you're like, where is he? What is he doing? Why is he leaving me here? Has he forgotten about me? These are all ideas that defy your normal everyday logic when you're at peace and when everything's fine. But when things are not fine and you're pressed to the edge, you start to wonder if God is there, don't you? I mean, occasionally, maybe just a little bit. So if we can sort of identify that we too might get a little anxious, we can see how the people in the book of Exodus there in that story maybe aren't so far off from our human experience today. So here's the real question. Is our anxiety pushing us to worship the wrong thing? For us in the 21st century, especially in Western culture, it's our jobs. We worship our jobs. We worship our own performance. We worship our relative goodness. We worship our money. We worship the success of our families and kids. You know, we end up sort of setting up as idols all of these things that we rely on to be okay. And there's only one that will make us okay, and it's God through Christ and the Holy Spirit. That's what we need. That's Tuesday, and that's RadCast.